I mean, really think about it. If you've ever laid awake at night just running through 100 different ways things could go wrong, letting your own thoughts steal your peace, then you know exactly what this war feels like. And if that's you, then this is for you.
Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful story. It's got one single goal: to help you quiet that mind of yours that just won't stop racing.
This really just cuts right to the heart of it, doesn't it? We build up these huge, terrifying scenarios in our heads, all based on fears that haven't happened and probably never will. It's a battle we fight completely on our own, inside our own imagination.
To really understand this internal battle, let's step into the world of a young baker named Leo. Now, Leo is amazing at his job, a true master of his craft, but he's also a complete prisoner of his own mind.
So, picture this, right? A cozy little bakery, the amazing smell of fresh bread hanging in the air. But for Leo, who's surrounded by all this flour and sugar, there's just no joy. He's totally disconnected from the work he loves because his mind is just a constant buzz of anxiety. And just listen to how fast his thoughts spiral out of control. It starts with a pretty reasonable worry, the oven temperature, and then it just leaps into this totally catastrophic, completely imaginary disaster. That, right there, is the signature move of an overthinking mind.
And this war in his head, well, it had very real physical effects. You could literally see it. His breathing was frantic, you could hear him muttering to himself, and you could feel the stress in the aggressive way he just slammed the dough down. He was completely worn out. And here's the really crucial part. By obsessing over a future that didn't even exist, he was actually ruining his present. The very thing he was so terrified of, failing as a baker, was being caused by his own fear. It's a vicious cycle.
So, just when Leo is at his absolute breaking point, someone new walks into his bakery. Let's meet Elias. He's a blind musician, and his simple, calm wisdom is about to change everything for our anxious friend. Now, what's so powerful here is that Elias can't see Leo's worried face, but he can hear it. He listens past all the noise in the shop and just hears the anxiety. He doesn't judge, he just observes. And by doing that, he shows Leo that his struggle is real, that someone else gets it.
And boom, there it is. What a perfect metaphor. Just let that sink in for a second. Leo is using all his energy, all of his fire, for a future that isn't even here yet. He's trying to solve problems for tomorrow, and it's just burning him out today.
This is the moment everything changes. Elias doesn't give him some complex piece of advice. He gives him one simple, physical instruction. He gently guides Leo out of the chaos in his head and into the physical reality that's right there in his hands. And just like that, you can feel the energy shift. By focusing on his senses, what he can touch, what he can smell, Leo disconnects from all those what-ifs, and he reconnects with the what is. The war in his mind finally goes quiet, and it's replaced by the simple, real sensations of the present.
Okay, so this isn't just a nice little story, it's actually a perfect illustration of two really fundamental states of mind. It gives us a way to understand anxiety and its powerful opposite, mindfulness.
So, what Leo was doing, that's what anxiety is, really. It's our brain trying to protect us by game planning for every possible bad thing that could happen. But in reality, we're just draining all our energy fighting ghosts that aren't even there. And the solution? The gift that Elias gave Leo is mindfulness. It's the simple act of pulling your attention away from the noise of tomorrow and just anchoring it right here in the physical reality of now. It's about choosing to listen to the music of the present.
So let's just put these two side by side. The overthinking mind is stuck fighting imaginary what-ifs, right? It's trying to control everything. But the mindful mind, it just shifts its focus to what is. It engages with the task right in front of it. It's the difference between fighting a ghost war and just baking bread.
Okay, this is all great, but how do we actually do this when we're stressed out at our desk and our inbox is exploding? Let's get really practical. Here are 3 super quick grounding exercises you can do at work to have your own feel the dough moment. First up is the sense scan. This is an incredibly powerful way to pull your brain out of a thought spiral. You just pause and you mentally name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 you can hear, and so on. It instantly pulls you back into your physical space, just like Leo with the dough.
Next, if you feel that frantic breathing start to kick in, use box breathing. This simple, rhythmic pattern is amazing for calming down your whole nervous system. Just breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. It's like a reset button for your body.
And finally, there's the single task focus. When your mind is racing with 100 different things you have to do, just stop, close all the other tabs, and identify the one very next physical action you have to take. It breaks that feeling of being overwhelmed and brings you back to one single doable step.
So what happened to Leo? After he learned to quiet that war in his mind, what became of our baker? Let's head back to the bakery for our final and most important takeaway.
Leo's bread became legendary, the most magnificent the town had ever seen. And it wasn't because he learned how to control the future, nope. It's because he finally learned to pour all of his energy and his attention into the present, just focusing on the dough right there in his hands.
And that, right there, is the lesson. Our peace of mind is just too valuable to waste on imaginary disasters. Protecting that inner calm isn't some luxury. It's the absolute foundation for doing good work and, frankly, for living a good life.
So, I'll leave you with this question. Think about your day, your work, your life. What is the bread right in front of you that deserves your full attention? What is today's fire really meant for?